What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'll make it a short one today. I'm back working on the Delorean, and I pulled the rear bumper cover to kind of give me a better view of what I'm working with this motor. But after removing it, I discovered a little bit of crunchiness. I've removed the whole rear bumper section, and this is pretty much what it gives you access to. So I started poking around, looking at the frame, and we're good to go. And then I come over to the passenger side, and we are not so good to go, because this is a little bendy, and it's not supposed to be that bendy right there. So she has obviously been smacked on the ass at some point on this side, it looks like. It doesn't look horrible. I mean, obviously you can see it's bent right through there. It's crunched up right there. So, you know, obviously I'm gonna have to get most of this stuff off to get that straightened out. But this side seems to be intact and everything is okay over here. But here's the back side of the motor. I put some more oil in there, pulled all the plugs out obviously, and tried to rotate it and could not. Now, I don't know a ton about DeLoreans right now, but I do know that that pulley should not be bent that way. I'm going to continue to kind of poke around in here, maybe remove a few more things and see if I can get a better look at that frame rail. You know, first glance, yeah, it's bent, but it's not the worst I've ever seen, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to be a terrible job to get it straightened out. Everything else seems to be okay so far. Now, once I get this junk removed on the side and I have a better view, you know, I can reassess. But if that's the worst of it, then I'd say I got pretty lucky. So let me get this stuff pulled off and see what else I can see. Buy a DeLorean, it'll be fun, they said. Oh, here it is. There it is, little crunchy right there. Little bendy, twisty right there. Overall, I mean, not horrible. I think any frame shop, or hell, any goober like me with a hammer and dolly might actually be able to straighten that out. It's not terrible. Yeah, I mean, heck, I might just give that a shot. It's not like I'm gonna mess it up even more. All right, I'm going to have to get this mess out of here and then really take a look around afterwards. So I do enjoy this little doodad over here, this setup. I was actually able to unplug the harness from that black connector that goes to the whole rear fascia with the taillights and everything. And it's just, you know, one big long plug that comes down and out to the back here. You just unplug it and you can take that whole section off. So that is actually a brilliant idea. Thank you, John, for designing that, or telling someone to design that, because that is super helpful. One thing you could have improved on, John, is this little access. Luckily, my hand just barely fit in there to get access to the nuts that were on the back side of these two bolts. They were just spinning when I was trying to take it off, so, and I dropped a wrench in there twice. You know, you could have given me an access panel like this, right? Come on, man. So there it is. The car is telling me more of its story, and adding to the story is the fact that it got smacked in the back. This back right panel, maybe that's why this car got painted. I'm not gonna strip the paint off to find out for sure, because I really don't care. The red is growing on me, and I think it's kind of cool to have not only a DeLorean, but a red DeLorean. Nobody else in my area has a red DeLorean that I know of. There's only like maybe 3 or 4 more DeLoreans that I actually have seen in this area. And it's not like they bring them out all the time to the shows. So once I get mine going, I'll be the only one again. I'm good with that. The next episode, I guess, will be me getting this engine out of this car and getting everything prepped and cleaned and ready for the next step, which is going to be getting it ready to swap it. I still haven't decided on an engine that I want to swap into it. So, you know, there have been probably a handful of these cars that have been LS swapped, which I think is very, very cool. Really, the only problem I see with an LS swap is you're stuffing that motor into a very tiny space. Yes, it will fit, but it's kind of a tight fit. So what I was leaning towards is maybe finding like a Vortec V6, and I'd like to keep the car a V6 if possible, because, you know, that's what it is now. So kind of stay true to that, but, you know, just a better V6 than what this one is. I don't want crazy horsepower. If this thing had, you know, around 300, that would be perfect for this car. Maybe put a little turbo on there, just a little extra, you know. Anyway, I'd like to keep an American engine in it instead of doing like a K-swap. I think those are super cool. I've been watching videos on YouTube of one of these cars that has that done to it. That's just one of the neatest swaps I think I've seen in one of these so far. So the plan is to actually be able to drive this car to like the Good Guys events and, you know, most of the local hot rod shows that I go to anyway. That's why I'd like to put an American motor back in this car instead of going with, you know, some kind of a Honda motor or anything like that. So I'm going to get on the old interwebs, keep doing my research. I'm going to get stuff disconnected back here and get this thing ready to get out of here. And hopefully the next video I make on this car is going to be this engine coming out, and then we can kind of take a look at the transaxle and see what kind of shape that's in, and we'll go from there. Hopefully you'll subscribe to the channel, follow along on this project and some of the other ones I got going on. Thanks so much for watching. Stay hungry, stay foolish.